All right, so this is the lovely Bianca. Today is the last day of her 12 weeks on the Back to Basics program, and she's just going to share a little bit of feedback on the changes that she's seen. So, Bianca, if you could tell us what changes you've seen in the last 12 weeks. It can be physical, mental, emotional, any changes that you've seen in the last 12 weeks.
Yeah, okay. First of all, Kashi is amazing. Um, I actually did her 5 week detox challenge, and that's what kind of propelled me into signing on to her 12-week program and working together. And I think the biggest thing that I've noticed was a change in my awareness of what it means to be healthy consistently and to give my body the things it needs to be at my best. So for me, I noticed that I wasn't drinking enough water, which is an ongoing growth point for me to just make sure that I'm getting water and making it a way of life and not just a challenge for a short period of time. I noticed when I did get in enough water and the sleep regimens that we worked on that I felt better. I was less irritable. I was more focused at work. I also slept better. Also noticed that planning workouts, I loved the rubric that Kashi uses every week in your touch bases to go over these different buckets. When I was able to plan for these things like going to the gym, it helped with sleep. So that was another thing that I think was my takeaway is that all of these things work together. What you eat, the rest you get hydration, your emotional regulation. So I just feel more aware that I have to keep doing those things.
Yay. And what has been the best part about working together?
The talks, like, I mean, Cassie's just really personable and smart at what she does, but also helps you feel safe enough to be vulnerable and open. And I think that environment was something that I really loved about working together was that I didn't feel like you were just giving me things and talking at me and that I was on my own. I felt like it was an ongoing feedback loop where I say, oh, this isn't working. And then you say, okay, well, let's just cut back. Like, for example, I was supposed to track my meals in a Fit app. I think it's called a Fit Pal app. Cassie will tell you I did not, I just could not get to that point of consistency because I was just trying to get the basics down. And instead of, her saying all or nothing and what I've written for you, she was like, okay, let's just not do that. Let's not worry about putting your meals in. Just try to get the meal in though. And that took off so much pressure, made my shoulders relax, like, oh, okay, I just got to focus on what I eat and not necessarily tracking it in the system. So um, yeah, just her open mind and her gentle but stern coaching.
Thanks, Bianca.
You're welcome.
Um, what's one thing that surprised you about the program?
Um, it's really not that hard. It's not hard, you're just hard-headed. I'm talking to myself, but I'm probably talking to a lot of you too. Like, it's really not that tough to do it. It's at first it's like 12 weeks and it all sounded so daunting and like I was going to really see a big change in how I moved in my day, but no, it actually is very simple. It was easy to follow. It was very smooth. It was I just feel like something that I could easily kind of pick up. So I think that was most surprising to me. At first, I was a little afraid and I pushed it off, but I'm glad that I jumped into it.
Yay. And what changes did you see in your body? So inches lost, weight lost, clothes sizes, pants, all of that. Talk to us about that.
Yes, I feel that I lost some pounds. I definitely feel in my waist area, but then also in my face. Like I think that I was a little bit more bloated and I
Mm.
don't feel as bloated now that I was. And so I'm really happy about that. I also feel like my biggest was emotional. And that's coupled with like having something to look forward to every week. Weekly accountability calls with Cassie, her great energy. She's also a mindfulness coach. So you get that too, where she's speaking life into you. And so I saw how having that in your um your little heat box, if you will, of tools to use when you need to kind of help yourself cope through life is so important to have someone like Cassie work with you. And I really saw growth in my emotions and my coping and being able to focus on things to help with that.
Aw, yay. And then let's see. So two more questions. Um, three other changes that you have experienced as a result of us working together.
Um, I started lifting weights by myself. Was not going to ever do that because I didn't know what I was doing and I was embarrassed. And Kashi took me to the gym with her once to help me properly lift weight and show me my right posture, help me learn how to stretch. And after that 45-minute session, it boosted my confidence. And now I walk in there and I do the things and I follow what she taught me. So that was one thing. I'd say also I got a therapist. I feel like that was also like in the works, but I think that this was a nudge and it just all kind of came together with perfect timing. So that was something that I think has come out of that is just staying on top of that. Um, and then I think on a personal note, throughout this interaction, I just realized my personal passion for health and wellness. Um, I want to do it for myself, but I also want to make this a lifestyle for my family. So, like, I'm trying to continue on this journey so that it becomes a habit, so that it trickles to like my mom, my nieces, and then, can kind of help with our generations.
Yay, I love that. And final thing, if you knew somebody who wanted to do this program, but they were afraid to start, or if you had a friend ask you about the program, tell me about it, what would you tell a friend or somebody who was afraid to try, but, wanted more information?
I would say, jump scared. What are you waiting for? The day was yesterday to sign up. You're a day late. Like, what are we doing? Right. And if you remember, I said I was even kind of like hesitant because it seems like a lot of work and we're so busy and we have lives. And how can you possibly fit in anything else, right, to manage? But honestly, what I told myself and what I would tell anyone that isn't sure is how long are you going to continue to put yourself off?
Mhm.
How long are you going to continue to put your health and well being off? And if you aren't at your prime physically, mentally, emotionally, then all those other things that you're putting this off for are going to be useless because you can't do anything without the best you. So I would say go for it. I mean, it's an investment into yourself, and anything investing into yourself is always worth it.
Mm. Snap, 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 snaps. Bianca, it has been just a pleasure. I feel like you have been a blossoming flower. Like, started off a beautiful little bud, nightly, but then it's like over time, you've just like bloomed. And it's just been, and 12 weeks is not that long. It's really short, but to
It's
watch you,
not.
yeah, it has just been so beautiful to witness it. And I'm honored to have been a part of this program, this journey with you, this process with you. And thank you for trusting me. It has just been a pleasure. And I know that this is just only the beginning, more great things to come.
Yes, thank you, Kashi. You're amazing at what you do. Yes, our hearts.
Hearts, our little, let's see,
I
little
have to do it.
hearts.
Mine doesn't work.
I don't know why. All right, I'm gonna